Nothing in our experience can hurt us. This is a statement that really puts people into two groups. People who don't understand the transcendence of the ego and all like spirituality, deep spirituality, and spiritual enlightenment, and then people who don't. Did I get that right? People who do understand it and people who don't. So the people who don't would say, okay then, well, if nothing in experience can hurt you, I'll come round with a knife. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see. You overconfident person, thinking you're all this and that. These people are obviously in survival mode because they haven't transcended the ego. And it's not that black and white, there's degrees of it, which is actually quite nice. I have a Spiral Dynamics book here. Pretty much yellow and below, these people will be in survival mode. But turquoise is where we really, to simplify it, turquoise is where we get into spirituality properly, deeply. And we realize that really nothing in experience can hurt or affect in any way who we truly are. And that begs the question, who are we truly? Well, I can tell you the answer, but it's not going to do anything for you unless you really inquire into the nature of yourself. Who are you really? At your deepest level. Forget all the story, forget what you look like, forget everything. Do you remember? No, David, I need the answer. What? Who am I? Hey, you're not inquiring, are you? You're looking for an answer. Inquire, but I will tell you the answer so that I can move on. Well, what was I saying? Continue looking. And nothing in experience can hurt who we truly are. In the same way, no, that's a bad metaphor. Okay, so I can tell you the answer. It won't do anything for you, but the answer is awareness. The answer to the question of who are we at our deepest is awareness, because we cannot get behind awareness. If we were to find something deeper than awareness, further back than awareness, then we would be aware of it. Thus, awareness is our deepest level. Even if awareness has been created by some outside source, still, if we were to become aware of that outside source, we would be aware of it. So I'm still questioning whether awareness is created by the brain but still, I still submit and suggest that our experience whether or not awareness is created by the brain, we can still not overlook awareness in our everyday experience and therefore enjoy lasting happiness. Since awareness is always on, we cannot be conscious of unconsciousness, always on, and the nature of awareness is pure peace. Even if it's being created by the brain. But then, David, couldn't it end? Well, if awareness did end, if consciousness did end with the death of the brain, then what would happen? Would we experience unconsciousness? we to just experience eternal blackness? Well, that would be pretty difficult without awareness, without consciousness, wouldn't it? So, yeah. So imagine if we lived a life where we weren't afraid because we had this knowledge, we stopped overlooking, and it's a gradual process sometimes for most people. Sometimes it's like this. Case in point, Eckhart Tolle and Ramana Maharshi. But if we lived like this, with this knowledge, what could we fear? And then you might think, well, like, I just gonna put that out there, and you can think about that yourself. What would we fear if we knew that if we were at our deepest level, who we truly are, cannot be hurt? Okay, it cannot be affected by experience because it is that which is aware of experience. Awareness is aware of experience. So you might think, well, okay, it sounds fine and dandy, but these people who aren't afraid of stuff, they're just going to be ravaging the world. We need fear to keep people in line. And what this is describing is the relationship between blue on the spiral dynamics model and red. Red is chaotic, and it has no idea of all what we're talking about here. It's just stuck in survival mode. Winner takes all, might makes right. And then blue, we realise the limitations of red, and we go up to blue. And blue is just like, okay, we need to reel all these people in and prioritize law and all this stuff. So, okay, you might be thinking, yeah. But I would like to ask you, how much chaos was Ramana Maharshi creating? You know, how much chaos was Jesus Christ creating? And fair enough, there are examples of him flipping over the money tables. But yeah, I don't think, I'm just responding to someone in my mind. I haven't actually had this response where someone said, yeah, like, oh cool, you have no fear? That means the world's going to be worse for it. What I'm saying is that if we have this perspective, if we stop overlooking awareness in our everyday, every second experience, eternal, it's not apparent because it's inherent. Awareness is not apparent in our experience. We're not always aware of it, and we're not always aware of awareness because it's inherent. It's always in experience. We can't really experience anything without awareness. But yeah, no, without fear, people love. When people fear, they hate, they protect at the cost of the lives of others. But when you have no fear, and it comes from a turquoise place, which usually requires having gone all the way up through red, through blue, through orange, through green, through yellow. That's a gradual path. But then we live in an incredible world. I mean, if not just for yourself, this self, and by the way, you know, you might hear me say yourself like this casually, like for yourself, it's a concession to the way that our culture is. I still identify as a human being called David with a story, but the difference is from me like 5 years ago is that I'm aware during all of this. So if I do get caught up in experience and forget that I'm aware, then I might suffer. Then I'm liable to suffer because I'm forgetting who I truly am, which is happiness, and who you truly are. When you forget who you truly are, you suffer. But this you, it's really convoluted. This you doesn't exist in the same way that, like, we think of a book existing. Really, it's just the mind labeling sight, texture, sounds. So really, yeah, I would recommend spending time with the word I. Seriously, spending time with the word I. Would it not be the best place to go to figure out suffering, to remove suffering? Would this not be the best thing we could do with our lives, to go on a journey of figuring out how to truly find lasting happiness? If that sounds like something you're interested in, I would recommend spending time with the word I. And maybe listen to this video again and verify for yourself whether what I'm saying is true. Peace out.